I got to meet him at the premiere out in LA. Hadn't met him before or since, but nice guy. I found out that he did play some minor league hockey. Um, Got to talk to him. My first question was about the beard, and he had a funny response about that. I asked him why there was no beard in the movie. You know, that was the one thing that kind of became I guess, unintended, but it became a trademark of mine, being the only guy on the team that had a beard. And so that was my first question to him, why there was no beard. And his explanation to me was that he tried a fake one, I guess you'd call it. First he tried to grow one, and he said it didn't come out very well. He tried a fake one, and he said it was just really uncomfortable, didn't look right. So they went, with him not having a beard. And so there was I understood the explanation, but still a little disappointing that, my character didn't have a beard in the movie. And I'll tell you a funny story kind of related to that. When the movie, before the movie came out, they premiered it into some select locations, like I guess people can go watch a pre-screening of it. I wasn't able to do that. They had one near my home, and I wasn't able to attend, but my daughters went to the movie. And so they came back, and my first question was, what'd you think? They said, well, it was a great movie, but they said there were, three things. They said, first, your character didn't have a beard. So I was like, oh, okay. And then the second thing they said, well, and your character was a left shot, which I was a right shot. So there were two things there. And then they said, and then the last thing was that they said they never mentioned your name except toward the end of the movie when a Russian put it between your legs and scored a goal. I said, what? I mean, that never happened in the game. But, well, it's funny that we're talking about this because, again, the beard was just something, it was never intended to be something that, probably I was looking to hide more than I was to get notoriety, but it became something that really got a lot of notoriety later, in my career, in with the Islanders, and I'll tell you some stuff about that. But as far as Herb goes, it first started going back to college. I used to grow a beard in the summertime, and then I would shave it off before I went back to school. And so, or once I got back to school. So I came back from my senior season after having had the beard and still had it when I got back to school before our practice started. And my coach called me into the office, and Ron Mason, and he said, do you like your beard? And I said, yeah. And he goes, would you like to keep it through the season? And I said, well, yeah, that'd be great. He said, well, you can keep it as long as you trim it and, take care of it. I said, great. Now looking back, I didn't do a very good job of that when I see pictures of myself, but he let me keep it through my senior season. So that was kind of the start of it all. And then I came to the Olympic team. And the truth is, and a lot came out many years later about the beard and Herb and his rule. Not one word was said from Herb to myself about it. So he never sat me down, asked me about it, never asked me to shave it. If he'd asked me to shave it, I'd have shaved it. It wasn't something I was going to make a stand on or anything. But not one word was said to me. And it wasn't until many years later that somebody decided to ask him about it. And then that was when I heard that he had this rule that he decided to, I guess, make an exception. Those who had a beard at the tryouts, I guess, was the way it was told to me, could keep it. And I was the only one that had a beard. So I guess it was a kind of a way to an end around, I guess, of his rule. And thankfully, he let me keep it, and I kept it through, I think, 8 of my 10 years with the Islanders. And the story about that now is that all these years later, there's been articles written that the Islanders, after I joined them, that team gets credit for starting the playoff beards, which you now see It's become a tradition in hockey. It's become a tradition in baseball now and some other sports. So these playoff beers, that all started with that Islander team after I joined it. Supposedly, that's what the article had said. I had a hockey historian write an article, and he had me listed as one of the guys that started the whole thing, along with a couple of other guys. So yeah, it's just my beard's got a lot more notoriety than I have, truthfully. Yes, I was trying to look older back then. Now I'm trying to look younger. So.